that too far away?
Do we have Skype?
Okay, talk to me a little bit.
You're still okay on your end.
Is that okay?
I don't want you on it right now anyway. I'm on an interview.
Hey, Urbana 12!
The global mission of God.
God's mission.
God's mission in the world.
I would describe God's mission in the world as
Through Jesus, He is bringing us back. He's reconciling us between us and Himself, other people, and as a result, we are called to spread His love.
God is on a mission to bring glory to Himself.
The mission of God fundamentally is an issue of bearing witness to hope.
his idea of love and justice and peace.
To pursue with love those who are on the very fringe of society.
And he has purposes and plans for the whole world, for every people, every tongue, every tribe.
To proclaim the good news that Christ was in the world to save sinners.
We've been reconciled to God through His Son, Jesus Christ, and then we're called to go out and share that good news with others, not only in our words, but also in the things that we do.
It is God's mission. God's the one who loves His world, who created it very good, and wants to reconcile it back to Himself.
I think that God's mission in this world is to see the lost, to seek the lost, and to love the lost.
I'm involved in God's mission to spread His love on the Northwestern campus.
To the marketplace.
Those who have been infected, that is, those who are HIV positive.
I work alongside people who make $2 a day.
As a teacher,
Building university student groups.
To mobilize the church to live out its mission.
Through the translation of His Word for all people on earth.
Caring for students and Bible studies.
In urban communities in Philadelphia and in Atlanta.
God called me to be part of His kingdom and His mission by loving these kids.
Give them hope, give them aspirations for the future, give them an opportunity to work their way out of poverty.
God takes these people from the streets with serious drug addictions and changes them so radically.
A business has a place to be a good neighbor to those around it. It doesn't exist in isolation and only focused on profit.
We've literally seen hundreds come to faith in Christ.
We're feeding the poor, we're sheltering them, we're coming alongside the oppressed, we're helping them, we're listening, and we're providing support, encouragement according to the Word of God.
You can't really separate following Jesus and being involved in God's mission.
He sent His own Son into the world so that we would know about Him. And I think there's lots of people in the world that don't know about Jesus.
A lot of us live in our little bubbles, in our nice homes, churches, and we intentionally separate ourselves from the brokenness and the pain that's around us. And that pain does remind us of how much we need Jesus.
When I'm not giving out of myself, when I'm not picking up my cross daily, I can actually look at myself and just say, oh, I'm just trying to make myself comfortable.
God doesn't ask us to get our skill set up to a level of perfection so that we can follow Him. He asks us to put on the shoes He wears and the jacket He wears and to walk where He's going and just do what He does.
You can't just sit in a church. You can't just sit in a Bible study. You can't just have someone disciple you and pour into you and not respond.
When we join in with His mission, which is hard and which is difficult, where we are only a small piece of the entire picture, that's when we truly do feel fulfillment and satisfaction.
God can use students to bring the gospel to the nations.
It's easier for us to just be like, yes, God, I will go and do this, because we are searching and we have access and opportunities.
With the breadth of experience and technology that this generation has, that you have the ability to do things that we couldn't even perceive of 10, 20 years ago.
This generation of students is more in tune with the affairs of the world than any generation before them.
You have this passion and this fire to want to know Jesus deeply, and to believe that he can make a difference in the culture and in the world.
Youth have a tremendous, a lot more openness to be able to deal with different cultures and the dynamics of working interculturally.
There's this beautiful thing that happens in college where you are surrounded by believers to your left and to your right, and you're with this community, usually with many other believers that are very stubborn, and how beautiful it would be if you, surrounded by this community, could be an army that is relentless for Christ.
There is a place that God has created perfectly for your generation, and He wants you to be a part of it. Don't miss out.
So come join us. Be a part of God's work in the world and in each of us.
Give yourself to something that's bigger than yourself.
Go and ask God to show you where he is at work.
Be strong and be courageous.
He will be alongside every step of the way.